Welcome, Scorpio, to Sweet Tree of Life Tarot. Welcome to your mid-month November reading. Happy birthday. Hope you're enjoying your birthday month to all your Scorpios out there. We're going to go ahead and start the reading. Of course, for this reading, it's read like the Tree of Life, where the tree on the top, you go down the branches, down the trunk of the tree, and then, of course, down to the bottom of the roots. Let's go ahead and see what your reading holds here. In number one position, we have a Major Arcana card, Temperance, which is in the reverse. Now, Temperance is all about having that moderation. And of course, because it is in the issue position here, is letting me know that some of you are having problem with the moderation, experiencing possibly extremes at either one or another area of your life. So let's go ahead and see where that balance might be lying, or the lack of balance. And in the number two position here, we have what your drive is. What's keeping you going forward is like the Nine of Pentacles, that fulfillment, building your life that you visualize for yourself. As you can see here, she has a lot of financial stability. So that's what is showing me that your drive is to keep going forward. And what you have created, or in the process of creating, is that Seven of Pentacles, where yes, some of you have reached a milestone, or you will be reaching a milestone. However, this card does remind you to take a moment, pause to reevaluate your next steps. Yes, you've worked hard. She's proud of the efforts she's put in for it. The consistent work is necessary to maintain her garden like she does in order to keep gaining that fruit from her, from everything, all her hard work. So keep reaping more in the future. She's going to have to keep working. However, this card does say you've created that, or you're in the process of creating it with that drive that you have here with the Pentacles. However, it's telling you to make sure you do take that moment to kind of take a step behind, take a step back, kind of like pause to evaluate your next steps. Now, in the number four position, we have what's giving you the energy to build, and that would be the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords, she has the way she rules. Basically, she rules with her head, not her heart, but she does have a lot of compassion as well. She's ready for battle, as you can see, but she prefers to keep things more civilized. So you can see how she's ready to have everything kind of like the clouds here. She's already parting the clouds of conflict with her sword of hope and a lot of light. There's a lot of butterflies here, a lot of metamorphosis, a lot of changes that are coming through to you, or possibly new life moments. So this is a very good card to have here, especially it's giving you the energy to build, that even though you're ready for anything that comes your way, you do really want to keep things civilized, and that you do have that, light coming through already, and for the rest of your month. Now, right here, and what you need to dissolve, we have Major Arcana card, Ace of Swords. Now, because, as you can see, it also has a lot of butterflies, again, with a lot of hope in the back. So it is telling me there's possibly dealing with maybe even an air sign in your life, or earth sign in your life that's kind of dealing with the situation that you're dealing with right now, where you're drawing some kind of imbalance. So right here with the Ace of Swords, it's letting us know that you have to, because it is in the reverse, that maybe the timing might be wrong to begin something new. Or for others of you, it might be that that new venture, that new business venture you're trying to do, it might be delayed. So there's definitely some kind of delay, right? Because we're all kind of like in that retrograde shade right now. Or for others of you, it could also be that you're forcing an issue. You're kind of pushing something a little bit too hard, trying too hard to begin something new without letting things really take their natural course. So you might be pushing a little bit something forward that is not ready to go forward yet. Now, in the middle here, and it's kind of like the synergy of the whole card here, of the whole spread, is letting you know it's the Three of Wands. It's giving out that energy, that it's a card of exploration, adventure, and endless possibilities, even foresight, right? So right here, it can indicate that for some of you doing business, as well as any kind of leadership type of opportunity, you're kind of looking forward to maybe some of those ventures. But because of this card here, and this card here is telling me that you might have to wait a little bit, don't force the issue. There might be a delay coming in that. Now, this card here, you can see she waits to see, after all her hard work, what the future might hold that's coming up, coming down the road towards her. She's kind of looking forward to that, to see what rewards are coming after investing all her time, diligence and passion in which she's doing. Excuse me. And then in number 7 position here in your victory card, we have the Hangman, major arcana card as well. So you have a lot of major arcana cards here. They're very, very coming up forthright here. So then the Hangman here, you're probably wondering, why would that be in the victory position? Well, it's in the victory position because it is a period of indecision or sacrifice. So it's kind of letting you know you have to accept what you don't have control over in a situation. And sometimes you have to kind of turn around and look at things from a different perspective, right? Because once you see it from a different perspective, you can even find that freedom, because you'll realize you're not really bound. You can just wiggle yourself out of that and continue on your road to a more positive road. Okay, so it's just letting you know, change your perspective in order to find freedom and continued growth in this position of where you're at, of the circumstances you're going under. Now, what you want is in this position here. Obviously, is major arcana card, the Tower, and it's in the reversal, because what you want is not to, kind of for things to stop changing so much. You kind of want a little more stability. So this tells me that you're aware of these changes, these great changes that are coming, and you're kind of helpless to change the situation. You kind of have to accept things for what they are, right? Which we have read here in the reading already. So if that great change is coming and you're helpless to change the situation, you have to look at it from a different perspective and see that maybe things are falling into place rather than falling apart. So now right here, you have the only option is to kind of survive through this, accept it, and go through that change, that change that will forge a new, more positive path for you. So again, we have a lot of butterflies here with the metamorphosis, a lot of changes that are happening. Again, with the butterflies here, you can see in the next card that's coming up, it's the major arcana card again. A lot of major arcana cards in your reading, which is really not usual. The Empress, you have a major card. This is in the position of how others see you or you see yourself. So you see yourself as very nurturing, abundant, feminine, or at least very nurturing, a symbol of fertility for sure. Or birth. Some of you, congratulations, might be actually giving birth, but it could also be a birth to those new ideas, and giving fruit to those new ideas that become fruitful for you. And also with this life here, represented by the butterflies, you can see it's life. It's also metamorphosis. A lot of changes coming your way. You can tell from a lot of this reading, it's about a lot of changes, about changing your perspective as well to accommodate those changes and kind of ride them through. Now right here in the number 10 position, it's kind of it's radiating on the card within the deck usually, is considered to be the Five of Swords. This card does represent betrayal, someone who cheats or uses an unfair advantage to win. You're right. So the card suggests, that you look out for yourself. However, in doing that, though, you don't want to hurt others, because that would be a shallow victory. You'd be just as bad as they are. So basically it's letting you know, yeah, that person cheated to get something from you, which is possibly that happened here with the venture here, or with your significant other. But it happens that he's going away with the swords. She's kind of done. She's like, you know what? I'm walking away from this. And this is basically what the card really wants to let you know. Just walk away, let it go. There's already the clouds of conflict here have parted. There's already hope coming in. You just kind of take the lessons for what they are and kind of walk away from it. It's not worth to keep circling in this situation, because you're just muddying yourself, and you're not, you're just keeping it going rather than just cutting it out, cutting your losses and just going and leaving. So right here we have the column of mercy. Right here we have the column of severity. In the middle we have a column of harmony. So as I go up the column of harmony, it gives you that maybe a different perspective, or a more clear perspective of maybe how to handle your situation here. As you go up the column of harmony, you see a Five of Swords, where you feel maybe something, you were cheated out of something, or maybe somebody cheated on you. Could have been your partner, or work related, where you feel like it's a business transaction that you had that didn't go through. But right here, you're seeing yourself as fruitful, as very nurturing, and that you're going to keep growing. And then it also could be a rebirth of the situation once you go through it, because going through birth obviously is going to be difficult, but sometimes you have to have that rebirth in order to keep growing into your next phase of your life. in the next stage as well. So with these cards here, it tells me that you are going through these changes, but in order to win a victory over this situation, you'll have to look at it from a different perspective. And of course, you're looking forward to everything that's coming, all the rewards after all your hard work like you have done here. And of course, with the energy to keep building, just keep fighting on. Basically, that's what the Queen of Swords represents there. And of course, here, it's not the right timing for some of the things that you're trying to push through. So it might not be the right timing yet because you're still going through this metamorphosis and things are not quite where they're supposed to be. They're quite haven't fallen into place. So you kind of have to take a step back and kind of reevaluate your steps before moving on. And then hopefully that way you'll be able to turn the Temperance card back upside up and making it to a point where you're more balanced. Because when you have this Temperance upside down the way we did, it reminds you that it's important to scale back what you're doing in order to regain harmony and equilibrium. So that's why this whole reading is actually telling you the same thing. Take a step back, reevaluate your next steps in order to find that equilibrium where you'll be like the Temperance, where she doesn't douse the fire with the water. She actually creates a rainbow with it. So it's a really important lesson to learn for us, especially right now through your life stage that you're going through. I wish you lots of peace. That's a peace, love, and light. And I hope that everything works out well for you. Stay hopeful. Some things that seem to be falling apart actually might be falling into place. Just remember to look at things with a new perspective and take the moment to reevaluate everything to find that equilibrium again in your life. I wish you the best in your birthday month and the rest of the year, and hope to see you here next month. If you like this video, please share and subscribe so that I know that you do like the video, or share them with a friend that you think might benefit from this reading. And I hope this reading has given you a more positive perspective of your situation. And again, sending you much peace, light, and love. Thank you. See you soon.